Welcome to the Building a Chicken Coop podcast with Bob Keene. Chicken house building tips. If you're looking to build a chicken house, knowing some money-saving tips will be incredibly smart to help you create the chicken house you want without putting forth a lot of your hard-earned cash. Chicken houses will range in prices, particularly when you start looking at building one that is made from more expensive materials or, of course, is of a larger size. By increasing your knowledge base on just how to go about building your chicken house, you increase the amount of money you can save over time. Here are some fast chicken house money-saving tips. Listen up. Factor in size. The first thing you want to do, as touched upon in an earlier audio, is really pay attention to the size of the chicken house you want to build. If you are dead set that you need to raise a larger number of birds, then building a larger chicken house will make sense to you. Now, if you aren't sure how many birds you're going to need, though, then chances are you're going to be a lot better off opting for a smaller house. That's both easier to maintain as well as cheaper to build. Now, you definitely don't even want to be crowding your birds, though, so be sure the size you do build is appropriate. Don't try and squish a larger number of birds together just to save on the cost of the building, because this will really come back to backfire on you. Location, location, location. Next, when planning your chicken house, make sure to factor in the location. While convenience will likely be on your mind when you're thinking about where you want to place the chicken house, two other main points you have to address are the weather, as well as any other animals that like to prey around. If you have coyotes, foxes, or dogs in your yard quite frequently, you need to place the coop as far away from where they normally roam, and even then, you're likely going to want to put a gate around the chicken house. With the weather issue, if you're in a climate that gets a lot of rain, you should probably think about placing the chicken house someplace where it's a bit more sheltered, either from trees or perhaps other buildings. Check your tools and building supplies. Finally, the last tip for your chicken house is to always check your own tools and building supplies for what you have available to you. It's easy to get carried away after you find a chicken house building plan that you like, rushing out to buy all new tools and building supplies. In reality, though, much of what you need you may already have at your house, or you could possibly borrow from a neighbor, and this will really save you cost over the long term. So, keep these money-saving chicken house building tips in mind. It does not need to be a costly venture if you're wise about just how you go about building the house and know what you're doing before diving in. Bill Keene is a former poultry farmer and author of the guide, Building a Chicken Coop.